starting engine checklist. Pre-flight inspection done, chocks tow bar out, seat belt, shoulder harness secure, seat latches secure, fuel selector valve on my fullest tank. We're on our left tank, which is not actually our fullest tank right now. So when we did our visual inspection, the right tank was the fuller tank. Just a little bit, maybe a gallon or two, but it was the fuller tank. Circuit breaker panel, everything's in. Exterior lights, we're going to go ahead and turn on our strobes there. Alternate static source in and off. Landing gear selectors in the down position. Cow flaps, we're going to keep them closed. It's a cool morning, so ram air in, cabin heat off, prop control full forward, master switch on. Then we'll, let's see, master switch on. We're going to wait on the engine monitor to come up. It's asking us if we did refuel. We did since our last flight. Fuel on board is 64 gallons. Potential fuel, 64 gallons. Showing the tanks are full. I'm going to turn our boost pump on. Fuel pressure's coming up. Prime the tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring that back. Engage starter. Make sure everything's clear. Clear.
So, first thing we're looking at when we crank up the engine, and I'm pointing to it here, is the oil pressure. We want to make sure it comes up. That's the first thing we need to make sure happens. If we don't have oil pressure, we've got a big problem on our hands. Second thing is we have fuel pressure and we've got fuel flow. And we're idling a little high right now. The engine's cool, so we're going to pull that back a little bit. We're idling around 740 now. So we're making volts, the alternator's working good, we have amps, we're good, and the fuel quantities are reading just as we told them to. Turn on our strobes. So oil temperature right now is only at 38 degrees, so we need to let that come on up to about 155 before we can really start, or before we can entertain taking off. So while that is coming on, we're just going to make sure all our radios have the right frequencies plugged in and get things ready to taxi and take off.
Warrenton, Fauquier Airport. Automated weather observation. Test 1705 Zulu. Weather. Wind. Calm. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 1 Celsius. Dew point -14. Altimeter 3043.
Warrenton traffic, be advised. There are several remarks.
Alright, so we have the AWAS. Winds calm. The preferred runway here is 15 when winds are under 5 knots. So we'll be using runway 15 today. Downside to 15 is the PAPIs are out of service right now. So that is where it is. So we have our frequencies in 1227 and the AWAS that we just listened to on 12035. So most of today is going to be spent in Warrington's traffic pattern. We're just going to really try and dial in our landings. It's a nice calm day and really practice energy management in the pattern. For a little change of scenery, we might go down to Louisa, which is down here near Lake Anna. So I've never been there, so it'll be a nice place to visit. Here I'm going through ForeFlight to make sure I have all of the updated weather, the frequencies for Louisa should we decide to go down there, and paying attention to the oil temperature, which is rising as the engine warms up. temperature's up to 145. We're gonna go ahead and start the rest of the checklist. And then when we get down to the engine run up, we'll hold off. So engine instruments checked. So we're still waiting on our oil temperature, but our oil pressure is up. It's in the yellow right now. See? It's in the yellow right now. Fuel pressure is in the green. Fuel flow is in the green as well. So we have oil temperature at 148, oil pressure, fuel quantities are good. Our alternator is working. We're down here at 13.8 amps, so we're doing well there. Annunciator light and gear horn. So we have our annunciator here. Not sure if you can hear that or not, but all the lights come on and the horn sounds. So if we were to have an issue, that is what we would hear. We would hear beeping, and these 3 lights will show. And when we do our, well, the camera's in a different position, but if you go check out some of the last video, you'll see when the gear comes down, you get this gear unsafe warning up here. You see it turn on. Okay, wing flaps. So we'll go ahead and set our flaps for takeoff. So we're looking down here. 1, 2, 3. And the little indicator shows. We look out the window and we see that the flaps are now deflected about approximately 15 degrees. Cow flaps open. So cow flaps are down here. We're just going to pull that, and now our cow flaps are open. And then engine run up. We're at 152, so we're not quite ready for the run up, but what that will consist of, because I'll have to put the camera down, is we'll take the power to 1800 RPM. So where this 700 is right here, we'll take that up to 1800, and then we'll exercise the magnetos, which are here. We'll go to the right magneto only, and then we'll go to the left magneto only, and then we're coming back, and then we'll come back. From there, with the power still at 1800, we'll exercise the prop. So we'll pull the prop back. We're looking for a drop in manifold pressure. We'll pull it back forward, pull the prop back again, and we're looking for a change in oil pressure, which will be slight, and then we'll bring it back forward, and the third time we bring it back and we're looking at the windscreen to see if there are any drops of oil, because it is a constant speed propeller. So our oil temperature is up and in the green now, so I'm going to put the camera down and do our run up. Power easing in. Airspeed's alive. There's 60, rotate. Positive rate, gear coming up. So, pulling power on back. We're at beam our touchdown point below 130. Fuel pump coming on. Undercarriage, prop, mixture. Gears down, gears down.
2,500, 4 miles to the south.
First notch flaps coming in. 1, 2, 3. We're at 75. Over the fence, gears down, cow flaps are open. Remember, we don't have the pappies on this end of the runway. Runway is made. So here we are down in ground effects. Hold her off, just hold her off. We're floating a little bit. Yep, just let her sit down. So we're gonna line up. Heading check, check. Power coming in. Airspeed's alive. 50, 55, 60. Airborne, positive rate, gear coming up. We're a little low, but we're a little fast. So we're gonna arrest our descent. Set speed back. There's 70, continue the descent. Over the fence, gear down. Runway's made. Power all the way back.
Warrington traffic, Baron 5383 is taxiing to position for runway 15. Warrington will be right crosswind departure.
Heading back check. And power coming in. Airspeed's alive. 50, 60, rotate, positive rate, gear up. Alright, abeam our touchdown point below 130, fuel pump coming on, gear coming down. Mixture proper full, gears indicating down, gears indicating down. We're in the wide arc, so first set of flaps coming in, 1, 2, 3. Over the fence, gear down, cow flaps open. Runway's made.
Traffic Archer 8103 South 50 South.
Alright, that was nice.
Class 3,700.
So last heading check, 1515, good to go. Power coming in. Airspeed's alive. 60, she wants to fly. Rotate, positive rate, gear coming up. We're going to climb up to 3,000 feet, and we'll probably hit 3,000 on the steps, so we'll go to about 3,100, and then descend, hit our cruise speed.
After landing at Warrington several times, I decided to take a short trip over to Louisa County Airport, about 40 miles away. I looked at the weather for Louisa earlier in the day, and the ceiling was about 4,000. So I decided I could make the trip, VFR, and be perfectly. However, as I got closer to Louisa, I noticed the cloud layer seemed lower than projected. So let's listen to the weather information at Louisa.
Louisa County Airport.
Automatic weather observation. 1807 Zulu. Weather, wind 170 at 7. Visibility 10. Ceiling 3,300. Overcast. Temperature 1 Celsius. Dew point -1.
Alright, we're still 20 miles away. That's not where the clouds are at now. But if Louisa is reporting that they're overcast at 3,300, it's not really something I want to deal with.
As you heard, Louisa was reporting overcast at 3,300. The clouds where I was, approximately 20 miles away, were closer to 4,000. Being that I didn't have to go to Louisa, I made the decision to turn around and return to Warrington. My fear was that I would descend continuously into Louisa and that the cloud layer would continue to drop. The clouds likely would not have dropped low enough to where I could not get out of Louisa, but it was just not a situation I wanted to put myself in. At this point, I decided to return to Warrington and continue my landing practice there.
Warrington traffic Baron 5383 is 5 miles west, entering a left crosswind for a left downwind at Warrington.
Warrington traffic, Mooney 201, Quebec Echoes, left downwind for 15, Warrington.
And Mooney, are you going to be a touch and go or are you going to full stop?
We'll be full stop.
All right, we're going to enter down on the crosswind for a left downwind 15, Baron 533.
Alright, we'll keep an eye out for you.
We'll be full stop as well.
Over the fence, gear down, cow flaps open. Got a little bit of a crosswind here, so. There we go. Look at that. 3,000 feet of runway remaining. Alright, flaps coming up. Let's make this turn off. And I don't know if you can see him. I'll see if I can highlight it in the video. Maybe we'll be able to see him. He's a bear and he's going quick. Extra proper full. Flaps set for
Baron
takeoff.
533 is clearing runway 15, Warrington.
Warning traffic, Mooney 201, Quebec Echoes, departing runway 15, stay in the pattern, Warrington. Airspeed's alive. 60.
We've got a flat tire, so we're going to be here at the center.
How's the rig? Gear
turn
up.
off.
You need any help down there, Baron, or you got it handled?
We blew a tire, so we're going to have to get towed in.
Mooney, you're going to be full stop or touch and go?
Full stop taxi back. So we'll have to go all the way to the end since the Baron's at the midfield taxi ring.
Please, thank you. Cessna is left base, 15, Warrington.
Alright, over the fence, gear down, cow flaps open.
Barrel traffic 1977 Echo, 4 miles to the south, inbound, barrel traffic.
Runway is made. Pull that power all the way back. We're not going to make the first turn off, but...
Warrington traffic, Cessna 1 mile final, 15, Warrington full stop.
Alright. Use those rudders. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. Alright. I'm happy with that last one. So we're going to call it a day on that. Flaps up. Cow flaps are closed. Trim. Reset for takeoff. Lights. Turn our strobes off.
Rapid system placement crosswind. Downwind 15 warning.
Turn that down so we don't hear. Mixture to cut off. So mixture's cut off. Mags off. Key out. Key up on top.
So that sums up a wonderful day of flying. I got the chance to really work on energy management in the pattern and dial in my landings. But as always, there's more to work on. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, hit the like button and think about subscribing.